Now, I promise we'll be having a wonderful interview with one of the world's greatest Rocket League coaches. And since we had the winter split last month and the spring split is coming up in about a month's time, we have a very special guest joining us. It's Ferra from Team Vitality. Ferra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. So look, obviously you got a top 8 in the Winter Major at the last tournament. How genuinely did the last split go for you personally and for the team? Were you happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think every team that's not winning can always say we can do better. So we could do better, but we're pretty happy. We think we're at our place, kind of. Like top 8 was where we belong, so I feel like it's a fair result for us. We had some very close games, especially with the Liquid in quarterfinals, so it's a bit frustrating we couldn't go further than that, but overall it was a good split, and yeah, we progressed a lot from the first split, so yeah, lots of positives going into the next one.
Yes, you said obviously you were very positive. Obviously, you got a lot to take from that. But you said there were also things you think you can improve. What specifically do you think cost you in that, or you think this is what we could do better next time?
Yeah, so I think so over the three days event that we played, we've lost 3 series, and in those 3 series we felt like we could have won. So we lacked efficiency in front of the net. One of the other team also had like much better kickoffs than us, and there is also a bunch of other things where like we know we can improve on, and it's sometimes it's small details, but yeah, on this specific occasion I feel like small details cost us a lot. So we're happy with the results, but we also know that we could have done better if stuff were a little bit different or a little bit more in our favor.
It is a lot, yeah. With any esports, really, it is about the absolute fine
Yeah.
margins, isn't it? And the smallest details.
Exactly, and it's sport, it's competition, so the team in front of you is also doing their best. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So,
It's the
but
margin.
So far we're pretty happy about it. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah, marginal gains. So how are you preparing for the spring split then, in terms of how are preparations going? How's practice and working out, and obviously taking what you did from the last one?
We've played pretty much every tournament we could have played. We've won them, so far it's looking good. And we're not doing much different from what we were doing in the previous split. It's just yeah, obviously a change in atmosphere and pretty much in how we play, because we have changed players. So that does change a lot of things. But in terms of preparation, we keep doing what we were doing before, and we try to adapt to our new guy.
I'm gonna get back to you mentioning that in just a moment. Obviously, so tell us a little bit about how exactly you practice and how how does the whole process work? If you get together, do you have to go online and do it? How does that whole process work?
So for online regionals, we try to we actually boot camp before each regional. We meet in a real place, which is the Stade de France, where we have Vitality Ferra cities there, and we can play from there. And before that, to prepare for the tournament, then we scrim pretty much every day, quite a lot. We review our scrims, we review our tournaments, and the players on their own have to play the game themselves and try to improve their own weakness pretty much every day. And I wouldn't say that's about it, but like that's the biggest part of it.
And do you prefer obviously meeting up and being together, and so you can talk about things more directly, or are you happy with the more online element? How does that?
Oh no, I definitely prefer like meeting together in real life. Being in front of a screen and talking through headsets and stuff. It's fun for a while, but after many years, you want to meet people. You want to see people. You want to talk to them. So.
Especially after the pandemic as well, where we're all trapped at home.
Exactly.
We're now more grateful than ever that we can see our friends and our colleagues. So you mentioned that player you were talking about, Zen. How is he fitting into the team? Well, firstly, how on earth did this come about where you ended up joining, and how has he been slotted in so far?
So he joined us actually, at the start of the season, but he was still under Psionic's ban. Um, and we knew he was going to get unbanned at the beginning of the third split, so we knew we were going to be able to maybe slot him in if that's something we considered positive for the team. And he improved. He was already extremely good last year. I mean, he improved so much, and there is so much hype around him, and yeah, he showed a lot of his talents over the past few months that there was no way we would, finish the season without him if we were able to. So we made a change. We replaced Season with Then, and so far it's going extremely great. To be fair, like I think there is a lot of uh, preconceptions that people have about him and the way he plays, but the way he is with us, and he's actually a very selfless guy, and he tries to do as much for the team as he can, and it's a very it's a pleasure to work with him so far.
Oh, that sounds really good. And how do you think he's dealing with the? Because obviously, as you say, extremely a lot of hype around this guy. How is he dealing with that in terms of pressure? Because we've read. Well, I don't think I can think of another player who's had as much hype going into RCS as him. So.
Yeah, well, I don't personally know how he actually deals with it, but like from what I can see, it's like he's born with it, right? It's like for all his life he's been, dealing with like expectations from other people, and it doesn't seem to affect him a lot. Because I've been even in this position by the past, where like you have people wanting you to perform or wanting you to fail all the time, and for a lot of people it affects you. It's gonna affect the way you play. It's gonna affect the way you live your day to day. But for him, it feels like it's natural. It's like something he's always been used to, and I don't think it will. I mean, it will eventually maybe affect him a little bit, but like it, for the amount of hype and pressure one can have, like he is dealing with it like surprisingly well, like extremely well.
That's awesome. I mean, some people thrive in that kind of high pressure environment. So it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see when the spring split comes around. And in fact, I was going to finally talk a little bit about that. What are the aims then? Obviously, top 8 in the last one. Are we looking to go one step further, win the whole thing? Where are you sort of aiming for with the spring split?
Well, obviously, like we're gonna try to do better than last split. So qualifying for the major, so for the Boston major is a must. We'd like to win at least one regional because we've met the finals last split, 2-1. And overall, getting a better seed. I feel like the fact that we made this like roster move is an indication that we want to be a step better than we were last split. So we want to catch up with Carmen Corp and Team Liquid. Um, Maybe it's going to be early for us to win everything yet, but like our goal is to perform better this split overall. So qualifying for the major, maybe winning a regional, and then once we get to the major, doing better than last major, so top 4 at least. And then once we get to the World Championship, if we qualify there, it's going to be to win it all.
You're ready by that point to win it. Well, look, I'm wishing you the best of luck, Ferra, and the team Vitality. Excited to see Zen in the team, see how you get on in spring split. But thank you so much for joining us. It was a really interesting insight.
Yeah, that was nice having you.